Welcome to Sovereign Commercial Services. Hello, I'm Ivan, Quality Training Manager and Talent Specialist.
And my name is Lynn. I'm Vice President of People and Culture and Public Relations. We are pleased that you are starting a new career with one of the fastest growing facility service companies in your area. As a new employee of Sovereign, we want to make sure you have a great experience with our company.
You are making a new commitment to a company that has strong core values that stand for care a lot. These core values are important, and you are asked to remember them each day you work for Sovereign.
As part of your new hire orientation, you will be involved in training with our safety trainers, your client services managers, and be part of a team that thrives on being customer focused while ensuring you are enthusiastic about working with Sovereign. You will be part of a 1 to 3 day training process. Therefore, there is a lot to learn about the job you are going to perform.
After you complete the new hire packet, additional video training will be conducted. Please take your time and listen to this video carefully. Policies, security information, and other important details are discussed in this video.
You are going to be responsible for learning the Sovereign way. We hold our employees to a very high standard, and that is what makes Sovereign different than our competitors. The company employs over 250 associates, full and part-time, and each associate is vital to the operation. If you have any questions during this process, please be sure to ask the representative working with you today. Remember, be professional, be on time, and do the work as required.
At this time, be sure you have provided your 2 forms of ID and any other paperwork such as MVR or background clearance required for the position as hired. You may also have an offer letter, so please be sure that it's present in your paperwork.
At this time, we would like to get started on your new hire paperwork. Please listen to the video first. Do not sign anything until the video is completed. We ask that you take your time. Please follow each form as it is explained and keep them in order as we go through it together.
Please have a pen present, and when completing this information, print neat and sign your name where required. Copies of these forms will be provided for you. Thank you, and let's get started.
The first sheet in front of you will be your W-4 form. Please fill in the bottom section of this form and sign and date. You will need to only fill out page 2 if you have any deductions or adjustments to itemize on your worksheet. If you ever need to change this form, you can do so online at our website. Additional forms are also available, and you can fill them out as needed. When you change your address or update your phone number, you can complete a new W-4 online.
The next form is the I-9 form. Your I-9 form indicates that you are eligible and authorized to work in the United States. You are asked to complete the top section of this form and sign it at the bottom where it indicates signature of employee. Do not complete any other items on these forms. If you make an error or cross out any lines, be sure to let the representative know. You will be asked to complete a new form. Remember that you also need to provide either 1 form of ID for column A or 2 forms of ID for column B and C. Please place your ID in front of you at the end of this video if you have not done so at this time.
The next form is your residency form. Please fill out the top section only and sign and date at the bottom. The direct deposit form and pay dates will be the next items. Please be sure if you would like direct deposit, you have a voided check or letter from your bank with all your information on it. If you do not have this information, you will receive a paper check at this time. You must fill in all information and have an email address for direct deposit. This is how you will receive your pay stub each pay period. You will also have a passcode for access, which is in your packet and provided to you by the representative. Pay dates are also attached to this form.
The next form is the agreement to hire. Your agreement to hire form, which is 2 pages and required by the company to ensure that while you are employed with the company and a period for up to 24 months, that you will not disclose, furnish, or make accessible any documents, client information, or other confidential information as it pertains to our company. If you are working with a competitor of the company, please be sure that you express this immediately to the representative in case it was not reviewed upon hire.
The next item is your Sovereign Handbook acceptance sheet. Please sign and date the acceptance of the employee handbook. You are now responsible for adhering to the policies in the handbook during your employment. We will review several items later in your new hire program. Each year, the handbook has updates. You can request a new handbook every year.
The next item is the job description. Your job description details the job duties of your new position. Please be sure to read over all this information outlined in this form. If you have any questions as it relates to your job and your hired position, be sure to discuss this with the representative at this time.
The next item will be your work-related injury form. The work-related injury forms ensure that you will seek treatment if required for any injury that occurs while employed with the company. You are required to see our panel of physicians for the first 90 days over the course of any injury. There are 4 sheets to this section: the panel, which you will sign and date, the notice to employees of a work-related injury process, your acknowledgement to sign and date, and then your requirements.
Also, for any injury that occurs, you will be asked to submit to a post-accident drug alcohol test. If your injury requires light duty, we will always do our best to be sure to keep you employed under Sovereign and get the best care. A nurse case manager will also work with you if you have an injury to get back to work as soon as possible.
Remember, falsifying an injury, exaggerating a claim, and not cooperating with Sovereign or the insurance company could result in your claim being denied, including charges being brought against anyone involved. We will do a full investigation, and if found to be guilty of any false claims, charges will be filed against you.
The next item is the emergency contact sheet. Please fill in the section with your information on the top and one person we can contact in case of an emergency. Please be sure to have 2 valid phone numbers for your contact. It is vital that we can reach you and your emergency contact if needed. If you change your contact information, please be sure to let us know.
The next item are the cost of items and information on attire. Sovereign does have a uniform policy. We expect our team of associates to be professional, neat, and clean, and have good personal hygiene daily. Our hope is to never have to counsel someone on their dress code or hygiene.
Be sure you have a clean Sovereign logo shirt and the required pants for employment. No sandals, shorts, or tank tops are allowed. Sovereign's uniform code is as followed by the pictures. Hats are also available at no charge. No jeans are allowed at accounts unless authorized.
You will receive hats and shirts upon hire. As you need additional shirts, please let your supervisor know. There are no charges for these items, so you should always be in your Sovereign uniform. Proper footwear must also be worn.
This sheet specifically shows you the proper attire for working with Sovereign. If you choose not to follow this, you will be sent home if not properly identified as a Sovereign employee. This is our commitment to our customers. For security reasons, you must also wear your badge at all times.
In addition, we are going to talk about deductions. If you participated in a drug test and you are separated within the first 10 days of hire, you will be responsible for the cost of the drug screen. This will be deducted from your check. Any company equipment, keys, locks, or items not returned to the company upon departure will also be deducted from your last paycheck. In addition, the cost of any uniforms provided to you in the first 10 days will also be deducted. If you damage any equipment intentionally or if you destroy customers' property, you will be liable for such replacement costs. Be mindful of our property and that of our customers. Please read carefully this form when this video is complete.
The next form concerns our drug and alcohol-free workplace. If for any reason you come to work under the suspicion of either drugs or alcohol, you will be subject to our testing policy. This also applies to any injury that occurs with not only the employee, but any other employee that may have contributed to the incident or injury.
The next item is our diversity policy. Diversity is more than just gender. Sovereign complies with the diversity policy, and we accept that we are all different. We hope that all team associates respect each other's characteristics and elements that make us so unique. Please be professional when dealing with employees and customers. Respect that we all come from different backgrounds, but are all individuals at the end of the day with feelings and families.
In addition to diversity, Sovereign has a no tolerance on bullying in the workplace. We expect all employees to work together to achieve not only company goals, but that of the employee as well.
Let's talk about harassment at the workplace. We will address such topics in your handbook. We ask you please be mindful of those you work with and keep your comments, slurs, and any forms of hostile or sexual harassment away from the workplace. We will not tolerate any such activity or unprofessional behavior, and proper investigations, including up to suspension and termination, will take place if you are found to be involved in these situations. Respect each other. If you witness a form of harassment or anything that can cause harm to another associate, please contact People and Culture immediately.
Everyone is to feel safe at the workplace. This also goes for any management, co-workers, and all those at our client locations. See our handbook for more information.
The next item in your packet is HIPAA and confidentiality. The next few pages will deal with this. Pages 1 and 2 are designed for your release of information not only to People and Culture if needed, but in section 4 of page 2, you can list a person other than yourself to also have access to your documents or medical information. If you wish not to designate anyone other than yourself on this form, just fill in the sections 1, 2, and 3 and sign the document.
The second part of this form is about confidentiality, not only with your personal information, but that of the customer. Whatever you see, hear, or come in contact with while working for Sovereign at a customer's location is of strict confidential nature and not to be shared with anyone outside the company. Customers' personal information and those located at the job sites are never to be removed without proper authorization.
Do not sit either at any client desk or unauthorized area. Remember, video cameras are everywhere, and we will talk about this in our security and safety section. Confidentiality means do not discuss anything that is not required of you at the work site. Contact your manager if you are approached by anyone that asks you about such topics.
The next item is the Employee Assistance Program. Employees of Sovereign will have access to programs available to them during their employment. As a company, we will do our best to help each employee if they experience a time when they need assistance. Although we cannot offer payment or solve all employee concerns, we will advise and refer to the proper resources to help with such personal situations. Please be sure to read over the EAP and information provided that Sovereign offers.
The next item is your employee services menu and paychecks. The menu sheet is provided to you with a variety of numbers. Be sure you keep the sheet somewhere you will have access to it. If you are going to be late, report off of work, or need one of the 9 options stated, you will need to call the number provided. This number is also going to be located on the back of your badge, in your handbook, and on your punch sheet. So there is never a reason to say you do not have the call-off menu number.
The bottom portion of this form is for paychecks. If you are provided a weekly paycheck and it is mailed, you must give the Postal Service 7 days to deliver your check. If after 7 days you wish to put a stop payment, the cost will be determined or indicated on the form, and you are responsible for that cost. If you have direct deposit, remember your pay stub is emailed, and that is your verification of information. We do not verify pay in any other way. So please remember to check your email bi-weekly or accept a paper paycheck.
The next item is personal time off, which is your PTO form. You will be provided paid time off starting on your first day. Although you are not able to use or cash in any PTO until after 90 days, you should be aware of the PTO policy and point system. Unless you have provided approved time off upon hire, you will need to understand that Sovereign does have a point system in place. If you are absent during the first 90 days that lead up to 5 points, you will be released from the company unless there is a management approval for such absence.
After 90 days, as you have PTO to use, you can submit a PTO request form to your supervisor and have time off approved. If you wish to cash in PTO, you may do so at any time by filling out the cash in section on the form. Each pay period, you will see the amount of PTO you have used and available. That time is there for you to utilize for approved time off as you wish. We may not always grant your PTO requests, but we'll do our best to accommodate those requests as they are presented. There are blockout dates during the year which we will not accept any PTO forms. These may be due to busy seasons with our customers.
We're now going to talk about cell phones. While cell phones are prohibited at locations, you must adhere to the policy of using your phone at break and lunchtime only. Only if an emergency or necessity is required to use your cell phone, please be sure you do it in a private area so that the customer does not overhear or any employee hears your private conversation. Do not involve a customer in your personal situation. If you have a problem, contact your supervisor or people and culture.
Earbuds are also not allowed at the site. You must keep your attention to safety at hand and be able to hear in your surroundings. If you are found to abuse this request, you will be asked to keep your phone in your vehicle and receive a warning leading up to termination.
If you have to leave the job site, contact your supervisor immediately and be sure to clock out. We must ensure coverage is at your location. Do not leave your site unless your supervisor is fully aware and you contact the system. At the end of this packet, you may find additional forms regarding clearances, healthcare, and other related employment items. Your representative will go over these with you pending your position and how they apply to you directly.
At this time, this completes the new employee hire section. Before you get started with signing these forms, let's talk a little bit about our core values, the handbook, security, and safety. So, what should you expect? At Sovereign, you can expect to see and learn so many things over the course of your employment. We look forward to you understanding what makes Sovereign so unique and better than our competitors.
We take every hire seriously. The investment in you has started, and we believe you will be a valued team member, but you must do the work. We will give you the tools, but it is up to you to succeed. Opportunities are endless with Sovereign. One thing that does set us apart is our belief in our core values. Care a lot.
Customer focused.
Always honest.
Reliance on facts.
Expectations set high.
Attitude to win.
Learning always.
Opportunities for all.
Trust and respect.
As a new employee, you are the key to our successes and your success. With our team of experts and training coaches, you will learn a variety of facility cleaning techniques and skills that set us apart from any other service you may have worked with or in existence. Keeping the mantra, care a lot, in your daily activities at Sovereign will never steer you wrong.
Your handbook is provided for you to review and help you with many other questions that we could not review in this video. Please be sure to comply and read over the sections on employee guidelines, violation policies, and customer interactions. There is so much to talk about, but we hope you have a good idea on the items we just provided to you. You now agree to the handbook guidelines.
Finally, let us talk about security and safety. Sovereign is all about safety. Our safety committee meets once a month, and for each time an injury occurs, our safety board meets with the employee that had the injury, and they will be present at the meeting. We take this very seriously.
Our safety coaches want to ensure you receive the best training and know how to clean our facilities properly and safe for you and their employees. In addition, if you have an injury with the company, we will conduct a complete investigation with witnesses, surveillance video, and other information that can help us with the injury process.
Our nurse case manager will also be contacted, and you will work with the insurance team and the case manager during the process to ensure you get back to work quickly. Be safe for yourself and others. Unsafe acts performed will initiate a disciplinary action up to termination if the act performed was willful and intentional.
You are going to be asked to wear personal protective equipment such as gloves, eye, or face masks if needed. There is no excuse for not wearing these items. In addition, training in bloodborne pathogen and OSHA compliance, including SDS safety data sheets, will be reviewed.
Your safety coaches and experienced staff will be working with you throughout your employment, from the first initial days and then following up with you monthly and quarterly to ensure you are carrying on with safety awareness. We expect all our employees to be aware of their surroundings at all times and practice safety daily. As an employee of Sovereign, it is important for you to remember you work for Sovereign, not the actual customer you are on site with. Be professional at all times and be sure to remember you are representing Sovereign Commercial Services.
One last thing, surveillance and security videos. Surveillance cameras are at every location that you will be assigned, so it is vital that you know that someone is always taping, recording, and monitoring entrances and exits of customer sites. At any time, the surveillance can be used by the company if they discover theft, employees engaged in altercations, or simply just to verify your recorded time.
Customers' facilities do have the authority to videotape Sovereign employees, so we just want to remind that these recordings are taking place at all times. If you are working at a site, be sure never to let anyone in the building unless they are authorized.
We do live in a much different world than years ago, and your safety and the safety of the customer lies in your hands while working at the site, especially if you are in the building by yourself. Do not allow any family or friends access to the site. You are the only person authorized, besides our other employees and managers, to access the building premises. Do not leave the site either with any items that do not belong to you. Theft of any kind will not be tolerated. Remember, security and safety is key.
We are done with the video portion of your new hire orientation. We hope that you have a great experience at Sovereign and feel free to recommend a friend or family member that may be searching for a new career, whether part or full-time.
You may begin your paperwork at this time. You will see additional videos after your completed paperwork. We thank you once again for joining the Sovereign team. Maybe you will be our next Sovereign superhero. We wish you the best.